NTV at 1. As of this afternoon, unclear recordings are casting a fresh doubt on allegations that Dr. Kizza Besigye's first Geneva meeting involved plans to overthrow President Yoweri Museveni. While in Tanzania, opposition leader Tundu Lissu is fighting treason charges he describes as political witch hunt. Now, both cases are putting the spotlight on the growing tensions between opposition politics and government authorities in the East African countries. This is NTV at 1, the news, the facts. I am Priscilla Regina Naroga. Security operatives have distributed hundreds of impounded bags of charcoal to Gulu city residents in a move aimed at curbing illicit charcoal trade that is threatening the environment in northern Uganda and South Sudan. Also coming up, civil society organizations under the Tax Justice Alliance of Uganda are proposing a raft of tax reforms ahead of the financial year 2027-2028 budget. And at least 15 infants have been killed after a fire broke out at the state-run Pakistan Institute of Medical Sciences in Islamabad on Wednesday. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us here on NTV at 1. I am Priscilla Regina Naroga. The news starts now. Security operatives have distributed hundreds of impounded bags of charcoal to residents of Gulu city in a move aimed at curbing the illicit charcoal trade, which is threatening the environment in northern Uganda and neighboring South Sudan. Details do follow.
In a rare scene, the security on Monday evening distributed hundreds of impounded bags of charcoal to locals in Gulu city.
That is why we intercepted those charcoal and we are going to distribute to you.
The truck loaded with charcoal was impounded at Koro along the Gulu-Kampala highway as part of the implementation of the presidential executive order to safeguard the environment.
As you all know, we are implementing the presidential executive order to safeguard the environment. So we are here to distribute those charcoal to you people.
New 4th Infantry Division Commander, Major General Wilberforce Serunkuma, led the operation, cautioning locals against environmental destruction.
So don't cut trees. Let us preserve our environment. At least continue planting more trees instead of cutting.
This comes barely 2 weeks after the former 4th Infantry Division Commander, Major General Felix Busizori, now Deputy Commander of the Land Forces, issued a ban on the transportation of charcoal into Uganda.
On 23rd and 24th of July, we had a meeting in Arua with the Governor of Central Equatoria, with all his commissioners. And we discussed many other issues, but also we discussed the environmental degradation, charcoal business. And we agreed that this charcoal business must immediately stop.
Locals who received the charcoal declined to speak to NTV, but were seen in total joy. A bag of charcoal currently costs between shillings 50,000 and 70,000 in Gulu city. I am M. Daniel Ojara for NTV in Gulu city.
Now in national news, as the government is seeking to raise more than 40 trillion shillings in tax revenue this financial year, civil society organizations under the Tax Justice Alliance of Uganda are calling for a raft of tax reforms ahead of the 2027-2028 financial year budget. Among their proposals is an extension of the tax holiday for startups from 3 to 5 years, as well as the removal of value-added tax on water and electricity. Rona Nahawe reports.
Government's drive to raise more domestic revenue is facing calls for a fairer tax system, with civil society organizations urging measures that expand the tax base without placing a disproportionate burden on compliant taxpayers. The Tax Justice Alliance of Uganda says while domestic revenue mobilization remains essential to funding government programs, some existing taxes have had unintended effects on taxpayers. The Alliance is now calling for changes to the tax system ahead of the financial year 2027-2028 budget.
As we know, we are going digital, and it's key for us to move with the times, advance and grow as the economy is growing, both nationally and globally. But then if we are increasing that and also increasing the costs on some of these of using these services, it becomes a challenge. So rethinking the element on mobile money transactions could be something that government can look into.
The next financial year budget, we really want to see the women and also the poor this time benefiting from the tax. This value-added tax on water needs to be removed. There is some time back, National Water removed it, but it did not actually go. So we want government to make water affordable so that women and children and the poor don't spend a lot of time going to the wells to fetch water and also consuming contaminated water. Right now, a unit of water is over 4,000 shillings and it is very expensive. So removing VAT on water would make water affordable.
One of the key proposals is a review of value-added tax, which the Alliance considers regressive because it places a heavier burden on low-income households.
Uganda continues to levy a higher rate than most of our neighbors. Now, when you look at it, some of our traders or members have continued to take advantage by embracing maybe the East African protocols as the East African community. So we end up, maybe in that sense, we end up putting more money to other economies than our own economy.
Some of the Alliance's earlier tax proposals have since been considered by government, offering hope that its latest recommendations could also receive attention.
Government raised the pay-as-you-earn threshold from 235,000 Uganda shillings to 335,000 Uganda shillings. That is a win for us because it really frees resources, especially those that are into formal employment, because it reduces their tax deduction.
Rona Nahabwe, NTV Business.
On the agriculture sector, barley farmers in the Rwenzori region are decrying low barley prices. This is despite the high cost of agriculture inputs. A kilogram of barley does gain and fetch 1,700 shillings, while a kilogram of seed for planting costs as much as 5,000 Ugandan shillings. Now, to address this challenge, barley buyers from Nile breweries have actually partnered with Enable to train farmers in good farming practices and post-harvest handling. And this initiative is aimed at improving the quality as well as the quantity of yields, ultimately boosting farmers' incomes.
The challenges that we have got in planting barley, one of it is of hiring lands where we plant it. Secondly, when we are harvesting, it takes much money. When we are preparing where we will plant the barley, it is also a problem because it takes 150,000 for planting. That's why we are requesting the company to increase the price.
The main way that we want to address the issue of price is through improving the practices of farmers and the skills of farmers. Because having identified that yield gap that our farmers are having vis-a-vis other farmers in the rest of the world, the yield gap problem, because we feel that is what the real problem is. And the only way we can address the yield gap problem is by the farmers improving their skills, improving their agronomic practices. And for them to improve their practices, we've partnered with a non-government organization called Enable. Will help to improve the skills of the farmers which will increase the yield that the farmers are getting.
I'm happy. I will try to go and plant 50 kilograms in 1 acre so that I see what I will harvest.
Further afield, residents of Chihunja and Biso sub-counties in Bulisa district have asked their leaders to regulate the activities of a stone quarrying company in the area, accusing its operations of causing cracks in their houses, as told in this report.
Residents of Kihunja and Viso sub-counties in Bulisa district have asked their leaders to regulate activities of a stone quarrying company in the area on grounds that the operations have left their houses with cracked walls. The most affected people live in Kimi B and Kinsimo villages. The residents told Bulisa County Member of Parliament, Alana Tugonza, that apart from houses, even their crops are affected by the plumes of dust from the quarry.
My residence is suffering. The Siko Quarry company accompanying the second phase, which is the Muhindi. And we have the third phase, which is eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is that one with what we are talking in economy of the Siko Quarry company, which is the capital, of which they are disturbing with the atmosphere, which is very wrong. We need the capacity of our environmental status to pay ourselves. In terms of blasting, with the atmosphere.
However, Jagadish Patel Nsubuga, the manager of Gansham Service Limited, the company that operates the service quarry, dismissed the claim.
In our buffer zone, they announce everywhere before 1 hour that after 1 hour we are going to do. Then before 20 minutes, again we announce we are about to do, please go away. Most of them they go away. We have not yet got any injury, no any accident. Even the house, I think these are the just nature here behind. There is a house here also, but I don't see any damage on that. So if it does not affect the system of the near, how does it affect the one of the far? If it does not affect our blasting, if it does not affect the one of the near, how can it affect the one of the far?
Atugonza, the Bulisa County Member of Parliament, says the situation is alarming.
Houses, because of the bombs and the shaking, livestock. Here people are not keeping livestock now because you can't keep a goat, you can't keep any kind of even birds because of inconvenience. So because of that, these people have eaten. Unfortunately, they have not been helped. Further to that, those who have been given some money, they have given them peanuts. How can you compensate a person you have disturbed for 5 years, 150,000 or 250,000? That is a serious job. You're sending away someone from his acre of land or two where he's supposed to make some money, and then you give him 150,000 Uganda shillings for 5 years.
In other news, on the 5th of August 2026, Prime Minister Robina Nabanja officially handed over 16.8 acres of the rehabilitated Kiteezi landfill to the Kampala Capital City Authority. The handover marked the completion of the first phase of emergency stabilization nearly 2 years after the fatal 2024 landfill collapse that claimed more than 40 lives. Today, our reporter revisited the rehabilitated site and brings us this report. Benjamin Jube, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Priscilla. Right now, yes, I'm here at Kiteezi, and if you remember, on the 10th of August this particular year, we marked 2 years ever since we got the disaster here in Kiteezi, where over 40 people lost their lives when the landfill collapsed. Now, what you see behind me was kind of the peak of this landfill that was measuring about 36 meters above ground, and it's estimated to have had about 6 million metric tons of waste mass. And following the collapse, we had this waste moving meters away into private land opposite this particular place. So as a way of emergency and responding to this disaster, 1 year ago, government working with development partners and a private player called Waste Plus started what we called an emergency rehabilitation work for this particular site, where they try to stabilize the ground and this waste, and also get to ensure that this place does not get another disaster or have the waste collapsing and killing other people. So what they've done is they have stabilized the ground. They have leveled the place, as you can see. Initially, it was just a big one heap, but right now they've put terraces, kind of reduce the flow of the water, and also put in place a number of initiatives, or what I could say, some technologies, low-cost technologies, to ensure that the bad gas methane that comes from this waste is removed, and also the leachate, the water that is produced by this waste, is also collected and is made a little clearer. So at the moment, out of the 36 acres of land where this landfill sits, they've been able to only cover 16.8 acres. And they say that right now the land is stable, and they don't expect any disaster to happen out of the area that has been worked on. So they believe that with more funds, they'll be able to, probably government should get some funds and work on the remaining area, so that the whole place is safe for the people. As you may realize, there are still some people that are just close by here who did not relocate. They're just close by, but the people say at the moment the area that has been worked on, as you can see, is flat, and it poses no risk for the people close by. Regina.
We will be waiting for a more detailed report in our subsequent bulletins, NTV, Akawongezi and NTV Tonight. We take a short break. NTV at 1 continues shortly. Do stay with us.
There, and their exit there. What is it?
So where is the building?
Fast, stress-free construction. Get your factory-made buildings in 12 weeks with SafBuild. Order yours now. SafBuild, a quality building solution from Uganda Barley.
Mami! Sabo. Ugamontia. Una kachi. Ha. Kagulini zitekako. Kagulini. I want everything, eh? Yes. So, when I pay the time, this will increase my loan limit. Hey, Momo. Madam, remove the food. Put more meat. Add the meat. Yes. Now, these are the fruits of paying your loan is in time.
That's right. Every time you repay your Momo loan on time, your loan limit can increase, giving you access to more money when you need it most. Dial *165*5# to borrow, pay back, and grow your limit with Momo loans.
You have juice? Yes. Juice in me.
Running a successful enterprise requires the right know-how, and information is power. The right connections make all the difference. Dive into Uganda's business world, discussing the whys, the why-nots, and how to unlock opportunities. From startups to agribusiness to fintechs and more, we find answers to questions to help you make the right decisions. Join me, Samuel Setumba, on The Link, your bridge to insight, opportunity, and transformation, only on NTV Uganda. Don't miss the connection.
NTV at 1 does continue on at 22 minutes past 1 o'clock. We look at Viva Energy Uganda that is targeting border riders with its new Shell Advance AX7 10W40 motorcycle oil, which the company says can deliver up to 7,000 kilometers between oil changes, improve fuel efficiency and provide enhanced engine protection. Now, the initiative will also bring together riders, mechanics and garage owners to promote proactive motorcycle maintenance with the aim of reducing operating costs, improving bike performance and extending the lifespan of motorcycles, as told in this report.
And today we launch an advanced Shell Advanced AX7 oil, which is meant to improve the performance of your border or your bike. And what it does is it cleans your engine faster. It gives you about 3 kilometers more, and it gives you less maintenance fees because you maintain a Shell Advanced oil called AX7, where it has upgraded from AX5. Many of you are used to AX5, especially the border riders or the riders of private bikes. But today we are launching AX7, a cleaner oil that cleans your engine better, supports your corrosion within the engine, gives you more mileage, gives you more power, and helps with your fuel consumption.
Be a partner in this launch for the AX7. I must say that the product has come at an opportune time. It is speaking volumes to the speed merchants of motorcycling. I am a person who rides a superbike, and I definitely need a product that will give me more mileage, that will reduce the wear and tear on my engine. The clutching and the changing of gears makes it very, very smooth. The oil makes the changing of gears very, very smooth. And that means that my machine will have a very high performance. Even at high temperatures, you're still getting maximum traction on your machine because you're using the AX7.
Elsewhere, Edgar's Youth Academy is in Germany for a 12-day tour that includes participation in the annual Pro Soc Academy football training camp. The players have also visited several iconic football stadia, including the Allianz Arena, home of FC Bayern Munich. The tour has also given them an opportunity to experience world-class football facilities, explore the country's football culture, and sample its cuisines.
I would say the food and the pitch where we play from, because our training ground in Edgar's is hills and valleys, but we're trying to work on our pitch. And base pitch in first time Germany pitch, and I'm trying to make a great impression.
Yeah.
And
you prefer the real grass?
Yeah, the real grass. I mean, in the real grass, I move smoothly, and on turf, I feel heavy, you know. My legs feel heavy, but yeah, they're both great. Especially in Uganda, Ugandan Cranes Stadium. It's small. I mean, the atmosphere is small, and compared to the Bayern Munich Stadium, oh man, it's big. The atmosphere is big. Echoes are big. Oh man.
Okay. So far, it's been a great experience, a great tour. We've had the kids from Edgar's youth program from Uganda here for, well, a week now. They landed last week on Wednesday. It's been an amazing experience to get to know these boys and girls, learn about their culture, see how they play football, how they work as a team. It's really cool to see how grateful they are for what we've been giving them. They've had some good experiences visiting stadiums.
And speaking of experiences across Uganda today, we get to look at conditions generally remaining hot with partly sunny skies and isolated afternoon thunderstorms expected in some areas. Temperatures are also going to be remaining high over the coming days with occasional showers and thunderstorms in parts of the country. The weather full update is coming up shortly. This brings us to the end of NTV at 1 today. Stay tuned, stay informed and stay safe. Thank you so much for watching. I am Priscilla Regina Naluoga. Have an impact.
embarked on a journey to air citizens' views on social services and policies.
The Education Act is not guided by the experts, but the people who have the loudest voices.
When we talk of health facilities, Madam Speaker, we are badly off.
Electricity which is bypassing in Ibujiri, we are only seeing poles.
We find our system sick because of the influx.
From inception, we traverse the country searching for people-based ideas on solutions and challenges affecting them.
There's a lot of consumption of chemicals in food, and no one is talking about it.
They can construct some better hospitals in the villages,
hoping that their leaders will effect changes.
Some of them will come and tell you, give promise you heaven and earth. And after the election, they will leave you.
Without accepting democracy to take place, nothing will happen.
With a platform where ordinary citizens get a chance to air their views on topical issues.
We have the greatest challenge in Kampala, and that's cabbage.
Government should have a deliberate effort to ensure that the gaps in the health sector are enhanced.
We're here to understand what is working, what is broken, and what is the way forward.
What are the issues affecting parenting?
How do we support the children of this generation?
Let me also talk about the reference books or textbooks which don't match with the current curriculum.
You should speak what affects our community.
This is NTV People's Parliament with me, your speaker, Betty Mudondo. Every Saturday at 6 p.m. on NTV.
Is brought to you by Amru Tanchan Dragon, being experts for over 130 years.